So I think we're on, and I will just check that I'm on the YouTube. I believe I am. So, hello everyone. Unfortunately, it's hard to work this thing, and I like to go quite close because I look at my models and everything. So hello. Today I'm working on the next piece of the film, the Tarzan in London film I've been working on. I'm going to try and give you a nice little viewpoint. So this is the dock set. You can see the boat in the background, what will be the boat here. And this is the sort of the jetty, and in the foreground is the, let's see if I can get it angled nicely for you, are the crates. So it'll have a nice panning shot maybe, and you'll have all these different sailormen walking up and down these planks, the dockers, and dropping off docks. It's all forced perspective, so everything is super close to each other, but it looks like it's further away. There's this crate in the foreground that'll have this front cover, you could say. And there's a character in the foreground, maybe this docker in the foreground having a smoke or something next to a lamppost, so you just have that illusion of depth. And I have our villain who comes out of the crate. The crate opens up, and he's the villain of the story, and he climbs out the crate, very similar to George of the Jungle. It's a really great, I think it's one of the best Tarzan films out there, but I haven't seen that many Tarzan films, to be fair. He kind of climbs out, and he finds out that Tarzan's his set is in London. It's London Dock, and he finds out Tarzan's about jumping around, so he grabs his gun and chases Tarzan down the London streets. So yeah, this is something I whipped up really quick. I'm really proud by how easy this was. This was literally an hour and a half of work, and it's the entire set. It's a London set. It's the Dockland set. It's got the boat in the background. It's got the, that's how well I can get this working if I get it further away. Yeah. So maybe like there or something. Yeah. Anyway, so you get the idea. Anyway, I'll pan down and get to work. There we go. Oh yeah. Should be a fairly short stream today. I just want to get in the habit of streaming. What can I talk about? When these start to get a few views, I can talk about my history in the industry and experiences. Hilarious hijinks of the UK animation industry. I could talk about my background in the circus a bit, which is where kind of some of the inspiration for this comes from. So my family in the circus, that kind of fun. And other hilarious hijinks. Let's have a look. So I'm just giving this an edge, because obviously it gives it away that it's cardboard, the edges. I might just give it a little bit of something. I was watching the Fox and the Hound, old Disney film, just now, just finished it. It's interesting to see how there's a transfer from the old Nine Old Men animators to the newer animators. Obviously Glenn Keane's in there, and you can literally see that sort of transfer of the baton, you could say, in that film. So it's interesting. Oh yeah, baby. Oh, that's looking nice. I like it. Can I put it there? Boom. Love it. There we go. Got my lovely hairy leg there. This could be a horror stream, maybe. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Gives a bit of texture to the background, doesn't it? Here we go. So now I'm working on his little hat. I'll try and give him a hunter hat, 19 Victorian era. Just gonna look for a reference. Working on his little hat. Reference. So, hunter 19 Victorian era. There we go. Reference. So, lovely. All right. So I've got some reference. Now for the hat portion. I could do it with the hot glue gun actually, I'll give that a go. It's always kind of fun sculpting with a hot glue gun. Oh, maybe make that larger. Could do it with a hot glue gun actually, I'll give that a go. There's always kind of fun. There. Oh, maybe make that larger. Lovely. Lovely. This may have been a bad idea, I don't know. Maybe I've set that set. This may have been a bad idea. Roundness. Alrighty, so we're going to try this then, I guess. Alrighty, so we're going to try this then, I guess. Right, let's have a look here. Hello all watching. I'm just working on Tarzan's Nemisis puppet. Feel free to comment in the chat. I'm working on this set. It's a London Dockland set I've just made out of cardboard today. You can see roughly, let's have a look here, that's the boat in the background. This is the dock. Got various shipmen that can, let's have a look here, can you see, walk across the gang in the background, so the gangways and whatever. We've got the crates in the foreground, these are the crates, let's get the angle right. And in the absolute foreground we can have a little, you know, docker walk by or smoking a cigarette or something. And then this character comes out of this crate, tiny crate, crawls out of it, opens it up. It's sort of similar to George of the Jungle when George climbs out of his little crate at the end of the film. Similar to that, except this is obviously the villain of the story. It's always good to have a little bit of an antagonist. So he climbs out of the crate, sees Tarzan. This all takes place in London. He sees Tarzan swinging about London, and he quickly grabs a gun and goes out trying to attack him. So I'm trying to do this streaming thing. It's a bit tricky for me, all this streaming stuff, but interesting process. So I'm just using tape here, microfiber tape, over, you know, this figure, and you can kind of sculpt out a figure that can kind of animate and move frame by frame in stop motion, which will be good. Microfiber tape over this figure. So I'm just making his sort of Victorian African hunter's hat, which is kind of classic kind of hat we've seen in many films. This takes place 1918, I think. I wanted it to happen just at the end of World War I. So it explains why there's a massive celebration in London. It's kind of because they're all celebrating the end of the war. You'll notice in a lot of my stories I like to involve the UK or London. That's just like, because I live here, it's just easier to find reference when you live in a place, you know. A lot of people make movies and stories about things they're completely unfamiliar with. That can be interesting to see, but it can be really good to make films and stories about places where you live, because then you can, because you have the reference around you at all times. Things they're completely unfamiliar with, that can be interesting to see. But so let's get this helmet done right. Yikes. Because you have the reference around you. Here we go, here we go. Fingers crossed. I'm really happy about how quickly I did the set today. Like, my gosh, it was an hour and a half and the whole set was done completely, and it's a nice little set, so fingers crossed. Just goes to show, you know, and this figure has taken over an hour and a half. This figure has taken about the same amount of time, if not more, so far, than what the set has taken. So, and the set was more fun to do as well. So, definitely food for thought. Just goes to show, you know, and this figure has taken over an hour and a half. This figure has taken about the same amount of time, lovely, more so far. I'm trying to give it a rim, but it's not wanting to do it what I want it to do. Food for thought. Alright, let's just try sloppy method 5000. That's how we go. I'm trying to give it a rim. Now, obviously, with wire armatures, wire can break, so I'm kind of fingers crossed it won't break while I'm animating. This figure, at least, is only in like just a few shots, so he should be okay. I'm hoping he's going to be okay. He's going to survive. Otherwise, I don't know what I'm going to do. While I'm animating, this figure at least is only in like just a few shots, so he should be okay. I've got reference to the side of me. Hoping he's going to be okay. Seeing what hunter hats look like. Otherwise, I don't know what to do. Got reference to the side. There we go. Let's see if that looks better. What hunter hats look like. There we go. Let's see if that looks better. There we go. That looks a little bit more vibrant. It's difficult, I find, to get more subs on YouTube because a lot of people do content which is sort of evergreen, which is like reviews and stuff like that. And when you're an animator, you can make a little 4-second animation and it takes you a week. And you know, YouTube doesn't really want to, you know, you get more. YouTube monetizes your stuff and helps you out when you're doing more longer form content, and when you're an animator, that is probably the most useless thing for YouTube. So it is tricky. Whereas if I just reviewed movies, I would probably just get a lot more subscribers, but that's the nature of the beast. But whatever, it is what it is. There was a little golden period which I missed, which I witnessed. I was around at the birth of YouTube, 2006, you know, around that period. And I remember avidly watching it when it first came into public knowledge. But I wasn't a YouTuber as such, so I sort of missed the boat on short form content because they changed the rules, I think, around 2010 to help people who are doing longer videos, not people like me. Oh, tricky. So to see his little hunter hat. I'll have to make a little hunter gun as well. Doesn't have to be amazing because it's only for somewhat further distant shots, so he wouldn't be closer than that, really. I'll make a nicer close-up puppet, like proper, you know, Coraline, Corpse Bride, beautiful face and shoulders, you know, just head and shoulders puppet for this facial reaction, but this is just more the full body shot when he climbs out the crate. He's got to have a sort of a dottiness to him, I think. He's a bit eccentric, this character. Like an eccentric hunter. Like maybe Nigel from Wild Thornberry, something like that. Still a villain, but kind of fun. I'm not sure to make him like partially blind or something as a joke, or, you know, give him cross-eyed or something, you know, have him a bit, again, like Nigel from Wild Thornberries, kind of a bit goofy. Give that kind of farcical, comedic flavour to this part of the story. Again, like Nigel from Wild Thornberries, kind of a bit goofy. Give that kind of farcical, sort of, eh? Flavour to this part of the story. Sort of, eh? Let's have a look. Let's see how we're doing. Surviving. We're surviving. Let's have a look. Let's see how we're doing. Surviving. We're surviving. Right, that should be it from now. I hope you enjoyed that. My gosh, sorry about still trying to figure out how this thing works, but yeah, might start another one tomorrow. All the best, and ciao for now. I hope you enjoyed that.